Hi there, students. With no further ado, without further ado, with no more ado, okay, without more ado. There are various ways of saying this phrase. Okay, it means with no more delay. So maybe you've got an MC at some sort of function and he's introducing different artists and he explains about the artist and then says, and with no more ado, here is the star or the singer or whatever. Without further ado, I will let our next speaker talk to you. Okay, so without any further delay, yeah, without any more fuss, without any other formalities, yeah. So without further ado, he's going to show you exactly how to do this. Okay, so we've got this word ado. Ado means trouble, fuss, commotion, business. Yeah. So with no further ado, without further more ado, without more going on, more explanations, more introductions. So one thing people have said to me is they like the way I start straight into a video without further ado. You don't get a 5-minute introduction. Yeah, without further ado, I tell you what the word is. Yeah, with no further ado, I go straight to the point. Yeah, maybe this phrase is a little bit old-fashioned. I think it's a good phrase to use on stage. Yeah. And now without further ado, I would like to introduce you to the person who has paid for all of this. Okay. Without further ado, yeah, without further bustling activity, without further bother and delay. Notice as well, you can find ado in the phrase much ado about nothing, a lot of fuss about nothing. Okay, so without further ado, what about formality? I think I'm going to give this a 6 in formality. I think you could use it in an informal conversation. It sounds a little bit formal, a little bit old. Yeah. Without further ado, he went on to give us all the sheet of paper explaining what we needed to do. Yeah, come on, stop beating around the bush and get on with it. Yeah, no further ado, please, no more ado. I don't want any more ado. Just get down to it, get on with it. Yeah, okay, so without further ado, without any delay. Yeah, he said what he was going to do, and without further ado, he did it. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm happy with that 6 in formality. Okay, so without further ado, the origin. Well, this ado comes from the word do. Yeah, I think it's probably got some Norse or Viking influence to it, to the phrase as well. Okay, so without further ado, immediately. Particularly a phrase to use if you're introducing someone making a speech. So without further ado, the bride and groom are going to cut the cake. Yeah, it's a good phrase to use in a speech. Okay, so I think that's enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Without further ado. With no further ado, with no more ado. Bye for now.